Hi everyone, welcome to another Fresh Cut Flowers webinar. This month we're focusing on flower food, flowers, and flower foam. My name is Georgina Sampet. I'm FloraLife's Global Marketing Coordinator, and together with Technical Support Representative Emma Bradford, we bring you useful educational flower information in 30 minutes. As you know, the Fresh Cut Flower webinars are a monthly initiative, and the table on your screen shows you the rest of the year's schedule. The next one is Fall Flowers, October 31st. Definitely pen that down in your calendar. Before I give the floor to Emma, I just wanted to mention that this webinar is being recorded. The previous webinars are on our YouTube channel, so go to YouTube and look for FloraLife, and there's a little folder there with all our webinars till now. Check them out and watch them as often as you want. And if you have any questions during the webinar, please feel free to send them to us. You can use the chat application on your screen. At the very end, Emma will take some time to answer your questions, so definitely send them to us. Emma, it's all yours.
Well, thank you, Georgina. Hello, and welcome to the 8th webinar in our series. As Georgina just mentioned, my name is Emma Bradford, and today we are going to talk all about floral foam, or as it's most commonly known, Oasis. So, going over our little roadmap of where I'll be taking you today, firstly, I'll give you a little of the history of floral foam. Then I'll tell you about the structure and the physical properties of the foam, how to soak it correctly. I'll show you all the different types of foam that can be used with cut flowers, and how using flower food with your foam can improve its performance. And lastly, I'll finish with our favorite fun facts. So, how did Oasis floral foam come about? Well, a person called Vernon Smithers invented the foam back in 1954, and his wife, who was a keen flower arranger, thought it would be perfect to put flowers into, to keep them in place. Because at the time, back in 1954, the only tools that florists had to keep flowers in place were flower frogs or chicken wire. And then, hey presto, Oasis floral foam was born, and the Smithers Oasis Company was established. Of course, the floral foam has undergone many improvements over the years since then, some of which I'll be telling you about, but the primary use of the foam for arranging flowers has never changed. So, what's so great about floral foam? Well, to say it has revolutionized the floral industry is a bit of an understatement. Just look at the different ways that we can use flowers to make all kinds of designs, from the humble but stunning table arrangements to creating large-scale chandeliers for amazing events. The design possibilities with floral foam are endless. So, how does it allow floral designers to do all these amazing things? Well, the secret is in the structure. Now, the picture on this slide is a microscopic view of the cell structure of the foam. Now, this structure is what helps the foam to soak up and retain the water. And when a stem is inserted into the foam, these cells release the water for the stems to uptake. Now, in addition to that, the foam has some other important properties. For instance, it reduces the pH of the water to an optimal pH level for the flowers to uptake, much like flower food does. It's quick to soak, taking less than 2 minutes per brick, and it's very good at keeping hold of the water once it soaks it up. Its structure is nice and stable, so it won't break apart when you insert your flowers into it. And yet, it's pliable enough to grip those flowers firmly so that you don't have to worry about your flowers becoming loose when you move or transport your arrangements. So, most of you will be familiar with the proper soaking technique for floral foam, but bear with me, this will only take a second, and it's always worth hearing again. So, Proper soaking technique. The most vital part of soaking foam is to gently drop it onto the surface of your soaking solution and then let it soak up in its own sweet time. This allows all of the air to escape from the foam, and it's actually kind of fun to watch. Then, once the soak solution has saturated the entire brick, and you'll be able to tell this has happened because the top of the brick will turn dark green. Once that happens, it's ready to take out of the soak solution and start using right away. Then you can add water to the container that you are using to hold the foam at any time after it has fully soaked, just to keep the foam topped up. Okay, so now you know the correct way to soak floral foam. Here's how not to do it. Now don't, never, ever, and I mean ever, push or force the foam into the soak solution. I mean, unless your goal is to have a brick of foam that is wet on the outside and bone dry in the middle, then by all means, be my guest. But if your goal is to have floral foam that is soaked evenly inside and out, then you must gently let it go and let it be, my friend. Don't believe me? Well, a picture tells 1,000 words, right? In these pictures, the brick on the left was left to its own devices and allowed to soak freely and unhindered. But the one on the right, on the other hand, was cruelly forced under the water. Now, you can see that when we cut them open, the one that was forced still has dry spots in the middle. And those won't be good for your flowers at all, will they? Okay, moving on. So, we all know it as Oasis, but to give it its full formal title, it's called Oasis MaxLife Floral Foam. And it not only gives designers the freedom to design amazing things, it actually helps flowers to last longer too. And if you add FloraLife flower food with your soak solution, the benefits only get better, as I will show you later on. Now, here you can see just how well Oasis MaxLife Floral Foam maintains the life of cut flowers. Now, all of the bricks here were soaked only in water, and you can see how fresh the gerberas and the roses are looking on day 7 and on day 5. Now, you all know about Oasis MaxLife Floral Foam, but let me tell you all the different types that have been developed. Now, some of you may already be familiar with the 3 densities of floral foam, but for those who aren't, and those who could use a refresher, there are 3 different densities, and those are basically soft, medium, and hard. So what does that mean for a florist? Well, depending on the type of flowers that you are using, you may want to use a different density of foam. The softest one, for instance, is designed so that it's easy to push soft stems into. So things like daffodils, tulips, anemone, bulb crops. The medium density foam, and this is the one that is most used, it's perfect for a wide range of flowers. And it's the foam you're most likely to use for everyday arrangements. The hard foam, or the high density foam, is perfect for arrangements used for events, and it's great for holding tall stems like sunflowers, gladioli, birds of paradise, ginger, or long-stemmed roses. It's designed to hold all of those large and long-stemmed flowers in place for your high-impact, really nice, big, bold floral designs. So arrangements that are large and showy and magnificent. Now, in North America, these densities are known as string time, which is the soft foam, standard, which is the medium foam, and deluxe, which is the hard foam. And you may know them by a different name elsewhere. But regardless of the nomenclature, the densities and the recommended uses will always remain the same. Now, in addition to that, some of you may be familiar with instant floral foam. Now, this is an Oasis floral foam which has lots of holes in it. and those holes are there to help the foam to take up water quicker, meaning it needs a shorter soaking time. That's all. No more, no less. In all other aspects, it behaves exactly the same as non-instant Oasis floral foam. But there is one important thing you need to know about instant floral foam, and that's how you position the brick when you're soaking it. The holes should always face down when soaking. Now, doing this allows the solution to be taken up from the bottom and the air to escape from the top. Once it's soaked, the holes should still face down. Got that? Just remember, holes down at all times. Good. Now, for the non-instant foam, you can soak it up any way you want to. Once it's done soaking, same thing. Any way up you want to. Simple. Now, just to show you again how versatile the foam is, this is just a teeny weeny representation of the pre-made shapes you can get the foam in. And trust me, if you can think of it, there's probably a shape for it. But in the rare case that there isn't, it's actually really easy to carve the foam into any shape that you need. So you can make your own. Now foam noir. Now this foam type is one of the most recent and exciting developments in Oasis MaxLife floral foam. This foam has all of the same benefits as regular Oasis MaxLife floral foam, but this foam turns black when soaked. So gone are the days of laboriously hiding all of your mechanics under greenery. This foam is so beautiful, you'll want to let it peek through your arrangement. But don't get me wrong, it's not just a pretty face. It works hard for the money by saving you in materials and labour. And not only that, by providing a beautiful black background, it actually enhances the beauty and colour of the flowers that you put in it, by adding depth and contrast. So whether you call it noir, or black, or opera, or midnight, or Echene, results will be the same. Beautiful, long-lasting arrangements, but for less. So, as I mentioned earlier, the Smithers Oasis Company is continuously developing and improving the Oasis MaxLife floral foam. And as part of that drive is the need for improved sustainability. And so a MaxLife floral foam was developed with enhanced biodegradability. Unofficially known as biofoam, this foam marks a significant first step in sustainability of floral foam. And now you know just about all there is to know about Oasis floral foam. There is just one last thing I need to tell you, and that's that not all of the Oasis products I have shown you today are available in all geographical regions. So be sure to check with your local sales representatives for availability of products in your region. Now, that's everything about foam. So what do you use to soak it in? Well, using a FloraLife flower food is always recommended, but specifically floral food for floral foam, which was developed to be used only with floral foam. Now, this flower food has a specific chemistry which makes it the ideal soak solution for floral foam. And it provides all of the usual benefits of using flower food, such as keeping the stems clear and free-flowing and nourishing the flowers, but it's for flowers in foam. And it's a universal formula, so it can be used with all types of flowers and all types of floral foams. Now, another post-harvest product that is recommended for use with floral foam is FloraLife Stem Protect. If you find yourself in an area with naturally pure water with low alkalinity, this product will help to protect your delicate stems, such as gerbera, when using them in floral foam arrangements. Now, this product comes in a powder form that you add to the soaking solution, So it's really easy to dose. Just add it to your soak solution and let your foam soak it up. Now, here you can see the difference in longevity of delicate stemmed flowers when placed in floral foam soaked in just water, which is on the left, floral foam which has been soaked with water and FloraLife Stem Protect, which is in the middle, and then floral foam which has been soaked in the floral foam food and stem protect, which is on the right. So whenever you soak floral foam, remember to add flower food to help keep your flowers hydrated and nourished. Phew, that was a lot of information. So let's finish with our fun facts. Now, I bet you're wondering right now what the heck some of these images could relate to. Well, the vacuum is actually related to floral foam. Did you know that the earliest versions of floral foam did not soak up water on their own like they do today? If you used the earliest version of floral foam, you had to suck the water into the foam using a vacuum device. Now you know. And talking of floral foam, did you know that 1 brick of floral foam holds about 2 litres of water? That's a good way of sneaking in some arm exercises during the day if you have to handle wet bricks of foam every day. So we know that floral foam was invented in 1954, but did you know that FloraLife flower food was invented even earlier than that? FloraLife flower food was invented in 1938. That's 16 years before floral foam. And then lastly, did you know that when Princess Beatrice married last October, she made Oasis biodegradable foam a part of her big day? Well, at her request, the flower arrangements for her wedding day were made all using the Oasis biodegradable foam. A fun fact which we're actually quite proud of, and we thank Her Royal Highness for making Smithers Oasis floral foam a part of her big day. And that's it for this webinar. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you very much, Emma. That was really interesting. Let me check our chat. No, we don't have any questions. That's the first time ever.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess everyone was so stunned by all the information you gave them that they know everything now.
Yay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to thank our audience for joining us. And thank you, Emma, for the great presentation and the useful information. And I can't wait to hear what you have for us next week. Next month, sorry.
Thank you, Georgina.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.